Hello and welcome to your daily reading for Friday, the 14th of December 2018. My name is Alexandra and I'm very happy to be here with you today. I hope you are well. This reading is about energies surrounding us. What can we expect during the day, the Friday, the 14th of December? Let's tune in first. I'm gonna use one of my beautiful bells. Where are you, water bell? Here it is. Quite soothing, gentle, spiritual. Yeah. Thank you, bell. That was the water bell. And today I'm using the Art of Love Tarot. Beautiful illustrations here. I'm going to shuffle a little bit, asking the universe, the source, the pure light to guide us for this day. What do we need to see? What do we need to hear? What do we need to feel? What can we expect? What are the energies and messages for Friday the 14th of December? I'm going to pick 3 cards from the deck. Just like that. Very easy way. I just feel kind of energetic bond with cards. And then I choose 1, 2, and 3. Here you are. Okay. I love this deck. It's very gentle. What do we have here? The Emperor, which is called the Father. Knight of Trees, which is Knight of Pentacles. Custodian. And 2 of Trees, which is flexibility. So we have the energy of trees and 1 major arcana. The Emperor. Okay. I'm going to readjust the camera. So what do we see here? We see Father Sky, the Emperor, which looks a little bit like Jesus and a little bit like a celestial entity who lives somewhere among the stars and brings us clarity and pure light. The archetype of father, the masculine archetype, that is about guidance, structure, wise use of power. How do we want to shape the world around us, which is usually the reflection of how do we shape ourselves? Are we the loving father? Or perhaps we are a father that demands, the godly father from the Bible, demanding sacrifices, wanting us to prove that we are worthy of love. So, as every card in tarot, this one can be read in many different ways. I rather feel it here in this deck as a very protective force that is looking at us from above and is always ready to help us, to share the wisdom, and to give us strength if it is needed to structure the world to make it a more orderly place. So we have the Emperor, then we have Knight of Trees, which is called the Custodian in this deck. You can see that usually knights are moving, they are on the horses, but the Knight of Trees is a very stable one. I think it's the least moving one. This one isn't moving at all. This one is meditating, and he's a guardian of a sacred fire. So we have another masculine energy. It almost seems that he's rooted along with this tree, and that he's ever sitting there, that this is his greatest role in life, just to be there in this place and experience the world as it unfolds around him, rather than exploring the world by moving. He seems to be one with the tree here, meditating, and perhaps moving the energy around him rather than being moved by the energy. I think about the old Chinese proverb, when you can't defeat your enemies, sit at the riverbank and wait for their bodies to float down the river, down the stream. And I know this is quite harsh. It tells about death and things ever changing, but that's also life. Death is a part of life, and change is a part of life. It says, if you can't change the world, wait for the world to change. So that's this kind of attitude I feel. And not letting go of the most important things that you have in your life, and maintaining this sacred fire, not only for yourself but also keeping it for others if they appear in your life, if they come along. And the last card also very much in the earth energy, Two of Trees, flexibility. This is quite a different depiction than the usual one, and I find it quite similar to the one in Zillich Tarot. She talks about the one eye looking outwards like a sun, and the other looking inwards like a moon. This is the magical eye, looking into the unknown, into the things that are hidden, into the things that are deep in shadows. So you can look both ways today. You can use your inner wisdom, your inner inner wisdom, inner insight, and merge it with the outlook, the way things look when you put the light of your attention to things, when you put the light of your focus to the outer world, and make not a comparison of them, but just a stereo vision out of this, which I think is possible, and it really brings this third dimension. Perhaps it is depicted here in the middle. There's something sacred in merging what you see inside and what you see outside. I also like the two hearts beating here. So it can be about sharing visions, sharing different visions with different people. Generally, I see this day as a great opportunity to bring structure into your world, perhaps not by being very active. I don't see activity here. I rather see seeing and listening and keeping to what's the most important for you, but also being loving, supportive, and responsible for others. Very peaceful energy here. I wonder how it plays out in your life. I know how yesterday's reading played out in my life. It was a very pleasant day. I met with my friend, and we were talking about our thoughts, and very clear minds meeting. And I feel that our encounter will bring more encounters like this for more people. I have this feeling that by this meeting we let the thought that we had, which is a very comforting, and I think it's deep, and I think it's healing for many people and for the earth itself. I think it will spread out as a result of this meeting. So yeah, it was quite predictive for me. I wonder how it plays out on Friday. It can be a very peaceful day. You can feel, I think you can feel perhaps challenged in something in this position, in this sitting position. Perhaps you will have the urge to enter the world in a more active way, but these cards advise to remain very flexible between the urge to move and the urge to conquer and rule, and the need to stay in your place and just look after what's sacred, what's most important. Keep it in balance. It's always about balance. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope I see you tomorrow. Until then.